Ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? On this fine evening, I decided to do a 5 to 10 minutes video on uranium, which, as you know, if you have followed me for 2 minutes, is my favorite sector for this move here, or for this period, for this decade. Surely the fundamentals for uranium is just insanely good. Spot price still very cheap. Reactors are being built all around the world. More and more countries are going into nuclear. To me, it's the perfect storm to the upside. To me, I will look at URA quickly, URNM, and then we'll just check the spot price. And then I'll give my take on it. And as you can see, I have cleaned everything, so this will be purely on the fly. So let's have a look at it. We'll start in the past, and then we'll move forward to the present, and then maybe see where we are going. So this is the URA ETF, and quickly, as many of you may know, this gap down here, let's add it here. This gap all the way across here is the Fukushima incident or accident, sorry. Yeah, in 2011, where you can clearly see when that happened, we clearly went into a very, very big bear market for every uranium miners all around the world. And the reason was, of course, later on, Japan mentioned that they are going to shut down all their nuclear power plants, meaning they have a lot of excess above ground supply that they need to sell, or they can't use it anyway. So, as you can see here, we have had a very long, steep stage 4 decline. Then in 2015, you can see we started to base out a bit here. And actually, I was in this trade around here in 2019, and then I exited during the summer for reasons I cannot remember. But anyways, later again, I started to look into the uranium sector, and I just wanted to show how I got into the uranium sector, and I think I have a very good position to ride out, the 40-50% drops that we are seeing, and that we will see in the future, for the next years as well. So this was my basic take on it at that point. What you see right here is the COVID crash, everything getting flushed out to the downside. So we have a V shape here, right? And usually at the end of a trend, to the upside or the downside, you get a big flush, like the hockey stick, like everyone is talking about. So to me, when we broke this one here, I bought my first positions in all the miners. Well, not in all of them, but the ones that I had planned. I started to dive into those, and then the second time around, I bought my second lot at this buy zone here, as you can see coming across. We have it all around here, yeah, all the way across. We have a buy zone, and when we got back down again, I started to buy here. So like 80% of my position has been bought at around, let's call it 11, roughly $11 in the URA. So I have a very good entry, and that's also why I think I can stomach the drawdowns that we are getting. And then I have bought some on, later on here on the pullbacks. I have added a bit here and there, but mostly I have URA average around 11. I found that quite nice, actually. I'm quite satisfied with that. So where are we today? As you can see, let me show you. The Sprott Physical Uranium Trust came online here, August 21, and this year, sorry, August 2021. And we had a huge surge up, a lot of FOMO, a lot of hype, and then after that, it has been one big correction. So how does the correction look like, and what I'm looking at right now for URA is, as usual, again, if you follow my work, I do a very simple resistance line here or trend line here, and if they are golden and a fat golden, it means that it has very big importance. We have the highs here and here, had a fake out here, as you can see, went back down again, and now we're trying again. So obviously this golden trend line here, very important. Let's find the lows, as you can see here, coming across. We have the lows here, 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 and maybe here, depending on if you want to add that in, it doesn't matter. So, oops, excuse me, one bit. Yeah, so this is the squeeze. And as many of you also know, there is also a bearish side to this structure. We have the big head and shoulders coming here, where both shoulders are very much aligned at around 24. So 24, very big level. And in order to negate this head and shoulders, we need to get above the shoulder heights at 24. So that's what we are looking for. Yeah, sorry, excuse me. And and um, and yeah, right now we're coming to the apex right here. So if you go to the daily, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? As you can see here, excuse me, we had the fake out here to the upside, tried to do some retesting, didn't work, and then we came crashing down again, big time. And now we're trying again. So we have broken out, and to me, what we need to do in order to, where I will say we have an 80% chance at least to break to the upside, is to get above this high right here. Meaning we will break out and stay and confirming the breakout, in my view anyways. So yeah, the 21 is also very important to get this going. Let me add the 200 DMA for you guys, as you can see. Also, if we are to go up here, retest here, getting back above here, and stay here for some time, maybe a flag, whatever, then you are consolidating above the 200 DMA, and hopefully it will start to curl up here. And as you know, big institutions and the big hedge funds and so on is more or less only buying when we are above the 200 DMA, preferring it to be inclining to the upside. So that's my current take here on URA. Let me show you one last thing to have the bearish view, and that is, as you let me share a where there it is. As you can see here, we still have some sort of bearish channel here, right? Let's call it a bear flag, and again, that's also why I want to get back above here, above the 21, and hopefully crack this bear flag to the upside and negate it, and then hopefully we can stay above. If we can't, then obviously if we break down, again, having yet another failed breakout, and we go down to the downside, then I think we will have a flush, actually. And how low can we go? I mean, the big inverted head and shoulders has a target of around 11. Personally, I don't think we'll go that far. It sounds insane, but anyways, everything is possible. But I would say that if we get a break to the downside, I think we have something like this: the bear flag, 100% measured move down to like 15. Also closing the stupid gap that we have over here. And also, as you know, often what you see in formations, you have the three spikes low or the three spikes to the upside, and typically you want to sell on the third spike or buy on the third spike to the downside. And if you can see, it actually aligns up pretty well, because we have number one here. That was very bad. We have number one here, two, and then we have a three, right? So a low, 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 and then the final flush of every people left in this sector. So again, if this plays out, personally, I will buy I can't curse. Sorry, I will buy the heck out of this here at around 15, 16 when we get down to this area, and then will use my last allocated uh, fiat to get into this one right here at around 15, 16. That's my view. So getting into the apex, I think a lot of things will happen in June. I think in June we will have the confirmation, maybe even a bit before if we're lucky or unlucky. But that's my take on uranium. Let's look into the future. As I mentioned, we have the stage 4 here, stage 1, sorry, the basing, and now we have the breakout and the stage 2. In my view, we will go further to the upside. And I think that once we get into the gap here in like 2 or 3 years, that's my take on it. That's where I will start to unload my position. Because we have had like a 400% move, 500% move, but also, this is a very big gap that it just wants to be filled, right? So I will start to take profits when we get up here at some point in time. Will I sell everything? I don't know, depending on or a lot of other stuff, but I will start to scale out to take some profit. at that time. Obviously, this could be one big cup, and then we'll pause, and then we have a handle, and then we go further up. But my plan is to sell here. Um, I could be wrong, and I will not sell depending on the structure and how everything is looking at that point. But now I have the plan to sell. So yeah, that's my take on URA. Let's quickly look at the URNM, which is a pure play uranium miners. Similar squeeze, right? But in this one, we don't have a false breakout, as you can see here. This is a touch to the to the trend line, and again, you can see the head and shoulders quite similar, and you have the neckline here coming across, and the squeeze into the apex again here. Again, often when you have a big trend line with 1, 2, 3 connections or dots where you can connect them, the fourth is very often where you break out. So let's do a count here. We have 1, 2, and 3. Also 1, 2, 3, right? So depending on which way we go, that's also I think the direction where we will go in the short term. So we can either break to the upside, hopefully retest, resume, or getting some sort of a flush, and then hopefully start to grind up again. So yeah, uranium looking quite similar, but still we haven't broken out, and you can see the bear flag as well. So let's quickly look at the uranium spot price, which is ticking up, like 50 cents per day right now. Very good. Let's see. I will go to the Heiken Ashi candles because they are it's more easy to see, because otherwise it's very choppy. As you can see here, just very quickly, I want to show you my take on the uranium spot price. Big inverted head and shoulders, like a 15-year inverted head and shoulders. You have the left head and some sort of shoulder will be formed here. Let's quickly do a measured move. Right, we have a 270%. Let's measure here somewhere if we break to the upside. So either we have the nominal distance, which is $50, so we get to like 110. Very nice, I like that. Or if we get a full-blown, major bull, we will go all the way to, in my take anyways, roughly 200 and, oh, that's quite high. That is very high. Let's see here. There it is. Right. This is the percentage move, 270, 270, calling for a possible, at the end, $230 uranium spot price if we get the full-blown upside. Again, we can overshoot and so on, at the later stages of a bull run, because a lot of people will be buying. But anyways, this is where I will see. Again, this combined with some ratios, that's where I will start to decide if I want to scale out and then buy back lower, or if I will hold, depending on the spot price and the ratios between spot price and the uranium miners. So yeah, that's my take on uranium. As mentioned, I am heavily positioned in uranium for this decade, and I think it has the best fundamentals that you will see in many decades to come. And I think this is one where you can really build your wealth. Again, not financial advice, but I think uranium, to me, the best play there is. I love silver and gold, but uranium is it just looks very, very good to me. In the short term, we can get some dips and so on, but long term, the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I mean, it looks fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic, in my view. And I have put the money where my mouth is. So again, uranium. Let me know in the comments below if you are invested in uranium. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And so on. And what miners are you looking into, or have you positioned yourself into? I'd like to see what people have, what they have bought, and so on. Let me know in the comments below if you like this one. I will do a similar thing, on other sectors, doing a more in-depth analysis. Anyways, 14 minutes, way overdue. Do have an awesome evening, and see you in the comments on Twitter and all that good stuff. Subscribe. Cheers.